Hello students, I have already sent you the introductory section of the chapter Reforms since 1991 and some other details about the new economic policy in which the government took a U-turn regarding the economic issues. It is already taught to you that from 1950 to 1990 government had adopted a policy in which public sector had to play a crucial role and it was dominant in the economic activities and the decisions of what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce were mainly guided by government and public sector. On the other hand, private sector was given a secondary role and it was regulated by government. Initially, these policies were useful and successful and brought the economy on the path of growth and development. But later on, due to certain drawbacks and political and economic limitations, these policies started showing negative impact on the economic development. So the government had to take a U-turn and adopt a very different policy which is known as policy of LPG or liberalization, privatization and globalization, which are the three elements of this new economic policy. So in this section I am going to discuss the first element, liberalization, in detail. Children, we must know the meaning of liberalization. The word liberate means to set free. So here, what is being liberated? The meaning of liberalization in this sense is that the producing units of private sector were given freedom imposed from the government and they were allowed greater freedom to take decisions regarding what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce. Children, what was the reason behind this decision? The reason was that because of certain drawbacks of the policy of licensing, the public sector enterprises were performing badly and government was running under heavy fiscal deficit and many other economic problems have risen. So it was decided that public sector should be liberalized. Now, there were various types of reforms under liberalization. These can be defined as first, industrial sector reforms, second, financial sector reforms, third, fiscal reforms which are related to budget, and the final and last reforms of this element are external reforms. So let us discuss them one by one and know their details. Let us start with industrial sector reforms. Under industrial sector reforms, there were different steps taken which can be defined as first, abolition of industrial licensing, contraction of public sector, de-reservation of production areas, expansion of production capacity, and freedom to import capital goods. Now I will give explanation of each step or each method adopted under industrial sector reforms. The first was abolition of industrial licensing. It means government now allowed most of the industries to be set up without license. Only certain industries, especially 5 industries, liquor, cigarette, defense equipment, industrial explosive and dangerous chemicals were kept under licensing policy. So remaining industries were allowed to be set without licensing. It means now people can decide what to produce without much restriction of government. The next step taken was contraction of public sector. Under this step, the public sector was reduced in production activities Earlier, there were so many public sector enterprises working, and there were certain areas which were not very important, and in spite of being unimportant areas, government was producing those commodities, goods and services, and it was leading the wastage of economic resources because government was spending a lot of energy and resources on unimportant areas. So only few areas that can be defined as atomic energy and railways were kept under PSUs, which are still now run by government. The third step taken was de-reservation of production areas. What does it mean? Earlier, there were different reservations for SSI and LSI. SSI is small scale industry, which needs less investment, while LSI is large scale industry in which heavy and more investment is required. So government decided that the areas reserved for only SSI should be de-reserved so that more people can invest, and there must be more freedom to invest more and bigger amount. This will give motivation to the producers. The fourth step taken was expansion of production capacity. It means how much to produce was to be decided by the producers themselves depending on the market conditions. If their product is in more demand, they can increase the production quantity. It means the quota or quantity of production which was decided by government could be now decided by the producers themselves. The last step taken under industrial sector reforms is freedom to import capital goods. It means now producers were given permission that they could import technology and capital goods from abroad. Before LPG or up to 1990, this freedom was not given to the producers, and they had to depend on domestic and indigenous technology, which was not very high and updated in quality. So now they were able to hire the better technology, and they could have lesser cost of production using this better and updated technology. So these 5 are the industrial reforms under new economic policy which come under the section of liberalization.